Hey everyone, welcome back to Explore AWS. In this video, we're actually going to get started by creating our AWS ID and password. Now, pretty easy to set up. This isn't going to be rocket science, probably going to take about 5 minutes or so. The one thing I will say is that you are going to need to have some kind of an email address in order for you to set this up. That's where AWS is going to send your confirmation emails to, your notifications to. So go ahead and open your browser and head over to aws.amazon.com. Now, before you set up your ID and password, you're going to be able to get to a lot of information prior to that. So you'll be able to see all the different products that Amazon offers. You'll be able to see all the different solutions that they offer. You'll be able to head over to the Amazon pricing calculator. If you watched that video previously, you'll be able to have access to the pricing calculator to make sure that you know ahead of time how much your application or how much your deployment may cost you. Another thing you're going to have access to, and I do recommend you visiting this prior to your account setup, is going to support and then support center. This is going to allow you to see the different tiers of support that Amazon offers in order for you to accurately pick the right option. Now, the account that you're about to set up is what's going to be called a root account. And so you will be able to go in and change that support agreement later on if you choose to. Just something to be aware of that you may want to check the right one right out of the gate so that you don't have to go back and change it later on. We're just going to go with the free tier for now. So let's go ahead and we'll click on this button up here in the upper right that says create an AWS account. Now, another disclaimer. If you have an Amazon account with your organization, with your company that maybe you use to run some reporting, or maybe you tackle some billing, or maybe you just kind of do some monitoring or maintenance for your developer teams, and you're looking to kind of get certified and understand how to set these things up on your own, you've never actually gone through the setup wizard before, this may not say create an AWS account. This may say log into an existing account or something along those lines because you have it in your cache that you do go to Amazon and you have a login. If it does say log into Amazon, you can click that button, and right underneath the sign in, which I'll show you at the very end, you should see a button that says create an AWS account. So let's go ahead and say create account. Now, here's where we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick what we want for our ID. So this is going to be our email address. We're going to go ahead and say explore AWS21@gmail.com. Just set up this email address. Let's go ahead and give this guy a password. Oops, got to learn how to type. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, and then we're going to give it an account name. Now, because I have OCD, I'm going to want the account name to match whatever my email address is. But this is where you may want to give it your company name, or maybe just your name, or you may want to come up with something cool. Really entirely up to you. This is what's going to be your account name. So we'll say continue to step 2. Now, this is where you're going to go ahead and you're going to pre-populate this information with you're going to fill in the blanks, right? The one thing I will say is that you do need to check either business or personal. If it's a personal account, then all of these things will stay the same. If it's a business account, then you will see that they were going to ask you your organization name. So you're going to want to go in and pick which kind of account you're going to have and go ahead and fill in those blanks. Now, the one thing is that you are signing up for a free tier, so Amazon does kind of give you a little layout here on the left-hand side, letting you know what you're going to get for that free tier. So go ahead and fill in the blanks and then go ahead and continue to step 3. When you get to the next screen on step 3, and it'll tell you right down here, step 3 of 5, you're going to need to fill in your credit card information. Now, don't be alarmed here. This is not going to bill your information right away. You're not going to get a $200 bill in the mail unless, of course, you turn on those services. Right off the bat, they're just looking for a credit card so that if you do use any services that are chargeable, they can just directly charge your card. But out of the gate, they're not going to charge you anything. I think it even says they'll temporarily hold $1 and it's a pending transaction, and they'll go ahead and refund it. So it's really not a big deal. Don't worry about it. All you'll need to do is go ahead and make sure you put in your billing address and your credit card information. Once you're done with that, go ahead and click the button here that says verify and continue on to step 4. Okay, so the next step moving along here in the process is going to be to confirm our account, confirm our identity by entering our mobile number. This is going to be an SMS text that Amazon is going to send us. And then, of course, you're going to need to pass the security check by typing these funky characters in the box below. Once you're done with this, what you're going to do is you're going to click on Send SMS Text, and what it will do is send you a text from the mobile number that you enter in this box. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'm going to continue on to step 4. Or I'm sorry, step 5. Okay, now we're on our final step here where all we need to do is, if we have our cell phone handy, is enter in the 4-digit code that was just texted to us. So I'm going to type in 5766, which was my code, 5766, and we'll say continue. Now, this is where we're going to need to choose the support plan that we expect to have. And again, you're setting up a root account. So what I mean by root account is this is going to be the master of all. If you think of, again, of a Linux operating system, your root account is kind of the master account of everything. So this account is going to have the permissions to change your support plan. In fact, it's going to be the only account that has the permission to change your support agreement. Other accounts that you'll set up, other admins and things like that, are not going to have this particular privilege. So what you need to do is select which support plan you want. Now, this is not necessarily something that you need to do here. So as you're playing around with Amazon and you say, you know what, I'm just good with the free support, no big deal. And as things, progress and a year down the road or 6 months down the road, you start needing further support like email support, things like that, you can go in and you can change your support plan. But it is easier just to do it here. If you know what you're going to use, you can just go ahead and say business support and just go right from there. I'm going to select free tier because obviously I'm cheap and don't want to spend any money. So I'm going to just say support, free support plan, and we'll say complete the sign up. Here is where Amazon's going to give you a nice big, hey, congratulations, you're awesome, you signed up for your Amazon account, hooray. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to send you a couple confirmation emails here. So you can see if I head over to my Gmail account, it's empty because I literally just set it up. But you can see this is where essentially Amazon's going to send you those confirmation emails, say, hey, you're fully set up. Here's your support plan, etc. If you go ahead and say, go to my Amazon Management Console, this will go ahead and bring you to the login screen where now you can log in using that email address and password that we just set up. And this is what I was saying in the very beginning of the video. If you do already sign into Amazon, maybe you have a corporate account and now you're just watching this video to learn how to set up one on your own so that you do it right. This is where if you just go to the login button, you'll see down here, create a new AWS account, and you can go ahead and create one. So we'll say explore AWS21@gmail.com. Go ahead and click next. And we'll go ahead and sign in. This brings us right into our management console. So in the next video, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll pick it up right from here and we'll look at some of the different things that you're going to want to be aware of in exploring the UI.